Welcome to Chatty Sparkly Runners, and we're going to look at beginners again.
Yeah, it's the last one of our little series on
Yeah,
beginners.
it doesn't matter whether you watch the first two or
No,
not,
not
because
really.
what we're going to do today is sort of the Chatty Sparkly way to do for the beginners to make the most progress. We were talking about
We talked about how to adapt couch to 5k last
yeah,
time, didn't we?
yeah, and you were saying about how you have to give yourself permission not to finish each segment if are we going to walk?
Yeah, let's walk into the sun. It's
yeah, you
really
don't have
bright
you have to give yourself permission not to finish the segment if you get out of breath or if you can't talk. Walk. So give yourself permission to do that.
Yeah.
And then the other thing you say, we said that if you
testing your
didn't
memory.
do, the other thing I remember is if you said that if you didn't finish the whole run, give yourself another week. So in other words, turn it from
so
an
what I said was, if you don't do the little running segment, say it's 90 seconds, so you only manage 60, don't move on to the next week until you've done that.
So you're changing it from a cookie cutter program that isn't athlete centered, as we say on the Leading in Running Fitness course, to one that is athlete centered, one that's suited for you.
And I just forgot last time to mention this really important word, which is what Chatty Sparkly Runners is all about, isn't it?
Yeah.
You've got to enjoy it.
Yeah.
So whatever you do, whether you do catch 5k or you do walk to run, which I'm going to talk about in a minute, it's all about enjoying, isn't it? And what did you say?
I said you have to ring the bell of enjoyment.
Ring the bell of enjoyment.
That's not my quote. That's someone else very famous.
So even if you start a running program and you don't enjoy it, what's the chances that you're going to carry on? Not great.
Well,
are they?
but you're not going to enjoy it as much if you get into that acidity and the huffy puffy. Not chatty area. That's going to make it pretty horrible, especially when you're not used to it. It's hard enough for really fit athletes when they push through that hardest bit of training when they do it. So
so beginners, if you're a beginner, you don't want to go there.
Don't need to go there at all. Stay out of
and
that.
If you think that that's what running a lot of beginners do think running is about hard huffy puffy work. It isn't, and it doesn't need to be. So you're going to ask me some questions then, aren't you?
I haven't got a clue. I thought I was just going to let you talk.
You're just going to, oh no.
I'm going to run anyway.
Okay, let's start running.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you a first question.
Go on, ask me some questions.
Okay, so the first one is, what then is the difference between couch to 5k and walk to run?
Okay, so the walk to run program that I've sort of developed over the quite a few years that I've been doing it, there aren't any set intervals. That's the biggest difference.
So you decide on what intervals for you. So it is athlete centered, but so how do you educate the people about when to start and when to stop?
Yeah, so if you haven't got set intervals, you're listening to your own body.
Yeah, you're feeling based.
So you need to be able to, and it's all about running chatty. You need to learn how to run chatty from the word go.
Like I am now.
So you need to know, right, you're going to run as slow as you dare until you start to get a little bit breathy, and then you stop.
Yeah,
and you have
there's a big hill up here, so are we walking it?
And it doesn't matter, we're going to walk now. Okay. And it doesn't matter how long that little interval is, it's your body that's setting that interval. Some people might be able to run for 60 seconds.
Yeah,
before they get breathy.
And
some people might not be able to run for 30 seconds.
Yeah, the couch to 5k first week is 60 seconds off, 90 seconds off for 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's right.
It's a lot of running, isn't it?
It is. But I have 10 minutes of running. Walking, a maximum of 10 minutes run walking. So you go out, you do your nice walk warm up, 5 minutes easy, 5 minutes brisk, right?
Yeah.
Let's brisk it up. So going uphill, so we're not going to run up this bit. And then you set off, and you only do 10 minutes in that first session.
Okay.
Running until you get breathy, then walking.
Yeah. So you're sort of
and then running again, and then walking again. So you set your own intervals.
Yeah. So your
body sets them.
You're dialing in the feeling of knowing when to stop. Because you used to say that people know when to stop, but they forget to start again.
Yeah, sometimes.
They're too happy chatting.
I think that happens a few weeks in. If you're in a group, yes.
They're so happy chatting along, they forget to run again, like now.
That's a minor problem,
Okay.
I'm not running up here, Colin. It's too steep. Oh. Yeah, so it's all about feeling based from the start, isn't it?
So does everybody get that? Or is there some people that struggle to get that, or do they?
Some people take a couple of weeks to get
Okay.
that, because you know what we want to do as runners, we always want to just push on that little bit further.
Yeah, so they're
So you know
okay.
that you're getting a bit breathy, but you think, oh, I'm just going to
It's
do
doing
a bit
good.
more.
It's
Going
doing
to get
good.
to that next lamppost sort of thing.
Okay.
You've got to be quite strict with yourself and say, no, my body's asking for a rest. I'm going
gonna
to
have a
slow
rest.
and I'm going to walk.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, if you're really fit though, you might be able to actually run for 10 minutes.
10 minutes non-stop. So say
Non-stop.
you're
Now,
a
is that a good
cyclist.
idea if you haven't run for quite a long time? So you're coming back to it. In my experience, no.
No, yeah. So because it's quite a long time for,
Yeah.
I don't know, I don't have the experience, but what
Yeah.
you're saying is, for someone that hasn't done any running,
For several
running
months
10
or
minutes
something.
is a bit of an injury risk.
Yeah, and it's not.
Which
It's,
they don't
the
need.
heart and lungs can do it, but you've got to think about your joints and your legs.
Yeah.
And in my experience, I found it's better to give yourself walk breaks. So if your heart and lungs aren't telling you to have a walk break, listen to your joints. Have a few. Have about 4 in that 10 minutes.
Yeah, so it's the classic old, your musculoskeletal system develops more slowly than your cardiovascular system.
That's right. Yeah. And listen to it. So if you're not having to listen to your breathing because you're pretty fit anyway, then you need to listen to the rest of your body, don't you?
Okay.
Yeah. So
And how many weeks, what's the difference in weeks between couch to 5k and walk to run?
I do 10 weeks.
10 weeks, so about
Yeah.
the same then.
About the same. And I just increase by no more than 5 minutes a week. So the second week will be 15 minutes of run walking.
And are you going to put on the blog a sort of template that people
Yeah,
can
I
follow?
can do that, yeah.
Yeah, because we're aiming this at two groups of people: the people that are starting out, or perhaps the people that have started out, done couch to 5k and not made it,
Yeah.
and other run leaders who want to. We know a lot of run leaders who want to take a group, and we're sort of giving them an alternative, which
Yeah.
is a little bit more feeling based. So my last question is, how do you keep your group together if you've got someone off 2.5 minutes non-stop, you know, a young lad desperate to get off, and you've got someone at the back that really can only run for 30 seconds?
Well, as you know, if you've got a group, and anybody that's running with groups, you have to have breaks where you regroup, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay. And so I use lots of out and backs. Let's
Yeah.
walk, it's getting a bit windy. Meet and retreats, and I plan it really, really carefully.
Yeah. Okay. So
So
the out and back is where only the first person gets to the end,
Yeah.
and you all turn round together.
and they all turn around
And
together.
the one at the back becomes the one at the front because they're all coming back towards you.
So I'll plan a route where there's about 4 different runs in that first 10 minutes. So I'm putting in those 4 breaks as well as 4 walk breaks.
Yeah.
But within those intervals, I'm using the word intervals there, the runners themselves will decide, according to their body, whether they are running or walking.
Yeah, and
how
they
much running or
decide
walking they're
how
doing.
much of that they're going to do.
Yeah,
And do they improve quickly?
very quickly.
Yeah, very quickly.
Yeah, and they
That's-
know they're improving because all of a sudden they're thinking,
running.
they're discovering, wow, I ran that far.
Yeah.
I couldn't do that a week ago.
Yeah. And
I mean,
actually-
this week I'm on week 6 or
So
on
are
week
we
7,
saying
I
that?
can't remember.
Yeah, because the couch to 5k might constrict some people in not letting them go
Yes, that's
long enough
yeah, might
if
do.
they're ready to go.
Yeah, it makes you, you could say that. It makes you stop and have a walk break when you don't need it,
Yeah.
potentially.
Potentially.
Yeah. So, I was going to say this week, I found a lot of my runners are running up gentle inclines that they couldn't do. a
Okay,
few
so
weeks
before
ago.
they were walking them.
Yeah, and we haven't pushed up hills at all, we've always walked.
Okay.
Yeah, so if very quickly your body adapts
It is
and
amazing
you find
how
that you
quickly
can
adapt.
run for much longer.
Yeah, so the walk to run is sort of not a cookie cutter. It allows them to be more feeling based and allows them to work at their own level,
Yeah.
however long it takes them.
And I think if you're a run leader out there, and I think it's actually a better way because you can adapt it to your group.
Yeah, because all groups are different, aren't
Yeah,
they?
you might have a
Yeah.
really able group.
Yeah, some of them are and some of them aren't.
Yeah, or you might have to be creative if you've got some some quite fit people at the front,
Yeah.
and some what I call straight off the couch that need to do a lot more walking. You've just got to plan your routes. You've got to make sure they're coming out and back to you,
Yeah.
meeting retreats, and
Rather than waiting for that person
Yeah.
to last person to catch
it is
up.
possible.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah, but we've done training sessions, haven't we? And we are offering those. If
Yeah,
people
we're off.
want
Yeah,
them.
yeah. I've done a few now about how
Yeah.
to keep your group together. You can do ones on
I've done
I
one
do one
on
about know your
beginners.
training paces. You do one on beginners and things. So if people are interested, that contact us.
I think for
and
lots
see
of
what
run
we can
leaders,
do.
the Couch to 5K is a structure, and that's what's
Yeah.
so useful about it.
Yeah, gives a
And
very
this is
good.
less structured, so it is harder.
You have to try it and see.
You have to try it. You
see
have
what
to,
it's like.
You have to experiment and know your groups.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
okay.
And I
And
want to
give it a
come
go.
back to the point that it doesn't matter whether you follow Couch to 5K and you adapt it for yourself, or you do this walk to run program. It's all about making sure you enjoy it.
Yeah, ring the bell of enjoyment.
Ring the bell of
as someone
enjoyment.
once famous
Yeah.
said. So I hope that people enjoyed that, whether they were a walk to runner, a couch to 5K, or someone that's experienced runner, because it's really interesting
Yeah, it's quite
to hear
interesting if you're an
how it
experienced runner
works.
how to start off.
So we hope you enjoyed it. We thank you very much for watching. And
What's next week?
oh well, I don't know. We should really do something about very fast running, but I don't know.
We'll see. But I mean, if anybody's got any suggestions of topics they want us to cover, let us know.
And on YouTube, if they press the
here you
subscribe
go,
button
here
and
you
press
go.
the bell icon, it
Yeah.
automatically, when we publish, it automatically shows up like magic, and they can watch it. So that's really. And we have the Facebook group, which
Yeah,
is
that's
private,
still going
so you can
along.
ask your
It's still
questions
going
there.
along, yeah.
Yeah, and then there's the Facebook page where we
Yeah.
just put information for people. So that's
Yeah,
really nice.
that's
And the
good.
website, of course.
Yeah.
So that's all very good. It's going really nicely.
So we'll stop there.
Okay.
I'm squinting into the sun. It's
Well, that's what
actually
you have to
beautifully
do.
warm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mid-October,
And we'll
and it's
see everybody.
really quite hot
Yeah.
here.
We'll see everybody next week.
Okay, good.
Bye.